What's up? What's up? How are we doing today? How are we doing today? What's up? What's up? What's up, man? How we doing? Bunch of deals going on. Des edits. I'm. If you're not subscribed, make sure you are. I'm gonna be going over a lot. Make sure that sounds down. Man, what's your favorite deal so far? A lot going on, yeah. Bet. Appreciate you, man. Really appreciate the subscriptions. Trying to get to 1,000. You know how it is. Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Appreciate you, man. What's your favorite deal? We're about to jump into some of these deals here in a minute. You don't know? What's your favorite team? We can start there. We will start there. There we go. We got that up. 25 subs away. We getting there. We're going to get there. Sooner rather than later, too. Man, we got a lot of news. Falcons, dude, y'all got Kirk. That's all you can ask for. Like, that's a good way to start. I don't know, man. I mean, you say probably fraud. That's the comment. To be honest with you, I think it could be a decent deal. I really think Kirk could be completely fine. You know, he's not elite, but he's very, very good. And the NFC's open. Like, the Niners are only going to get worse. You know, the Eagles, same. You're close to 1K. Congrats, man. Congrats to you as well. Steelers killing free agency down the low. Yeah, honestly, we'll talk about that later a little bit. Russ deal, I mean, you can't complain about it at all. You can't complain about the Russ deal. We'll talk about the rest of it here in a minute. I don't know if I want to get into that just yet. We'll go to team. Let's go back, actually. Hold on, let me do this. I mean, Packers are definitely doing good. They got Savage. They got, let's see. Let's see. I'm going to check out. I want to go team by team here. Excuse me. Let's see where we at. Oh, let's go by city name. Oops. Oh, wow. I didn't realize the Packers. See, you know, you say you would have drafted a quarterback. I get that. But at the same time, you would have probably gotten J.J. McCarthy. I don't think you're getting Jaden Daniels. I think he goes 3. Yeah. I think you really are sitting here probably wanting, I don't know, I think Kirk is at least a sure thing. You don't know what you're going to get out of Jaden Daniels. You don't know what you're going to get out of J.J. McCarthy. Things like that. What's up? What's up? What's up, Grayson? Honestly, I didn't realize the Packers were cutting Devondre Campbell. That's interesting. They got Jacobs. I mean, that's a steep contract for Jacobs, a guy who hasn't been consistent, but, you know, you can hope for best at least. I didn't realize they re-signed Keyshawn Nixon either. That's pretty solid. Let's go by team here. Nah, we'll go by position. That makes more sense if we're not targeting something. Kirk Cousins signs with Falcons. That's a super. I think it's a good deal. It's a lot of money and a long time for a guy his age, but I think it is a good deal. Baker Mayfield, we've already talked about that. Ryan Tannehill's still out there. We've already talked about Russell Wilson. Gardner Minshew to the Raiders is actually a really good spot, but I'm interested to see if that means they're out on Justin Fields. I mean, I would be. I just don't think he's good, but, you know, there's that whole part of it as well. Jacoby Brissett to New England, sure. I mean, if that maybe they go Marvin now. Maybe they go Marvin. That'd be interesting. Let's see. Jameis Winston to Cleveland. That one's just weird. Tyrod Taylor, I like it for the backup potential, but, like, just not, nothing special. Darnold to the Vikings is interesting. $230 million for who? Are you about Kirk's deal? Yeah, it's ridiculous. If that's Kirk's deal, I think that's right. Drew Lock to the Giants. That's funny, to be honest. Like, watch him start over Daniel Jones. That'd be hilarious. Making an eighth of what he is, and he's starting over him. $230 million is. Vikings are cooked, dude. I don't know what they're gonna do. Like, okay, we're gonna jump over here to this real quick. Minnesota LM. We're right here. All right. I didn't realize they released Madison, but doesn't matter. Okay, they got two middle tight ends, whatever. Grenard, I mean, that's a solid signing, but, like, that's a downgrade over Hunter. Blake Brendel, David Questenberry, I mean, cool. They are winning the division. They are definitely winning the division. Andrew Van Ginkel, Blake Cashman, like, that's solid. Ginkel can play a little bit around. Sam Darnold, I mean, that's fine, but, like, you're not really excited that he's your starter. Aaron Jones, that's a definite upgrade there. Brandon Powell, okay. Like, that's tough, man. I don't know. If I'm Justin Jefferson, man, I don't know if I want to be there. Running back. This is an interesting position here, man. We got Saquon with the Eagles. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to pay these running backs, but at the same time, like, this quality of player. Maybe he'll stay healthy when he has a line now, man. That's a solid deal overall. I mean, the value of the player. That's another dynamic weapon in that Philly offense. That's good. Not to mention Kellen Moore could do some nasty stuff with that. Josh Jacobs. Overall, it's okay. It's a bit of a steep. I mean, the amount of money, the amount of years is a lot for a guy who's not been consistent. But, I mean, at his upside, he is really, really, really good. So, you got to get all that considered. Derrick Henry to Baltimore, that's a new one from today. I mean, it was either Baltimore or Dallas, so I don't think I'm that surprised. It is what it is. Derrick Henry to Baltimore, like, I mean, now he'll just tear his ACL week 3. He'll just tear his ACL week 3. His deal's amazing. I'm assuming you're talking about Jacobs. He's had one, like, he can't do this. Like, he can't be good in back-to-back years for whatever. 12, yeah, okay. Is it really only 12.5 guaranteed? Hold on. Hopefully they've already got this in here. If that is actually true. I don't know that I saw that. That is actually really nice then. Yeah, guaranteed at signing right here. And total guaranteed. So you can get out after next year with only $9 million dead cap. Okay. I'll give you that. That is a nice deal. I didn't realize that. That is an underrated part of this for sure. He gets a roster bonus. So it's like it's basically like if he's there, he gets the money, but if he's not, they don't lose anything. Okay. Did not realize that. The total value could be steep, but obviously he would definitely do that. Like, that's not a doubt. Like, where are we at here? I mean, yeah, that's a pretty solid deal. We've got, let's see. Yeah, you said Joe Mixon to Texans. That's not a free agent move, so I will talk about that here. Honestly, I think that's an L move for the Texans unless the Bengals are eating his money. I'm not sure if they are. Uh, Dude, yeah, we'll get to the receivers in a minute. That Darnell Mooney one's a little bit outrageous. We're checking out the Joe Mixon deal real quick. Um, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I can't find anything about Mixon. Where are we at? Tony Pollard to Tennessee, 3 years, $24 million. Not bad. You know, we'll get to the defense here in a minute. Yeah, we're gonna stay on the offense for now. We'll get to that defense. Austin Eckler. That honestly is a really solid deal for a guy who has a lot of upside. Yeah, he played bad last year and he was really bad, but like you get him back to what he needs to be. He's a quarterback's best friend. Like that's a good one, honestly. DeAndre Swift to Chicago. We've known about that one. It's a good deal, but like 3 years, 24. I mean, I guess $8 million a year is not bad. J.K. Dobbins out there in the market. Singletary, whatever. Oh yeah, Shrek. He here, bro. Gus Edwards with the Chargers. That's interesting. It's a hardball to hardball trade there. Not trade, but jump. You get the point. Zach Moss to the Bengals could be sick if he plays like last year's Zach Moss. Not Bill Zach Moss. This deal, who cares? Who cares? DJ Dallas, I mean, whatever. He's a solid number 2 to 3. Receivers. T. Higgins looking for a trade. Interesting. Michael Pittman re-signed. That one's pretty new. Yesterday or today or something. Or, yeah. Duh, it's only been open for 2 days. Excuse me. Let's see. Calvin Ridley's still out there. The Pats apparently want him. That's a stupid move. Darnell Mooney. Here's your brought up here a minute ago. Des edits. That's a terrible deal. Like he's a solid player. Don't get me wrong, but like, yeah, he gosh, man, that's a steep ask for Darnell Mooney. Darnell Mooney. You're giving him. I mean, I hope that money's not guaranteed. That's going to change a lot of things, but like. I'm not diving into the contract. The value, that's rough. Gabe Davis at the same, like that's bad. Like I'm not a Gabe Davis guy, but if he's getting 13, Darnell should be getting like 8, if that. That makes me wonder. As Steelers are really linked to Tyler Boyd, I wonder what they're gonna get. Highlighted the wrong guy there, but you get the point. Noah Brown back to Houston, cool. Devin Duvernay to the Jags. Deontay traded to the Carolina Panthers. Here we are. That's I don't know, man. Deontay to the Panthers it sucks for Steelers fans, to be honest. Because, like, or I guess probably not for Steelers fans, but to people who actually know ball. He's a good receiver. He was in a terrible offensive scheme that just couldn't get anybody open. The routes were all predictable. It was so bad. The guy like him, like, the Panthers, on one hand, we get a position of major need to, the cornerback we got, Dante Jackson. That's a really solid pickup. And we get a 6th over our 7th, whatever. The Panthers, though, like I'll give us like a B. We could have gotten a little more, I think. But the Panthers, you're sitting here and they got how much? I don't even know, man. They got Deontay. And the thing about them is they needed a receiver who could get separation. And that's exactly what they need. I mean, that's exactly what Deontay Johnson is. He gets separation all the time. Like he's the most open guy in the NFL. That is a big block there to swallow. That's the kind of receiver that's going to help Bryce Young take a step. Not that Deontay Johnson's that great. He's not on that, top tier level, but the way he plays, how he's open, as long as they can, have a halfway decent scheme that doesn't just shell out the entire offense to the defense automatically, like you're going to have some very good success with him. That's really it for the receiver room. That's really it for the most part. Let's see. Tight ends. Anything crazy here? Hunter Henry. We've known about that one for a minute. Gesicki to the Bengals. Congrats. He's replaceable, and I do like we got off a lot of money there. That is a big thing. We got off a lot of money, so that's a big one. Irv Smith Jr. to the Chiefs. I did not see that. That's interesting. He's just a receiver though. That's fair. He'll be really good against that. Dude, the tackle market is so bad. Mike Onwenu, who's probably more of a guard too. Like Tyron Smith, Trent Brown, both available. Mekhi Becton, Jonah Williams. These main guys, Donovan Smith, George Fant, Charles Leno Jr., they're all available. Center, Steeler right there. Either way. Cushenberry got like the most guaranteed money for a center ever. That's crazy, considering it's Lloyd Cushenberry. Yeah, I don't know. The guards, like the Panthers, former Falcon to Miami. Which one are we talking about here? Which one are we talking about here? Are you talking about Jonnu? That's decent. Yeah, that's decent. The guards, Kevin Dotson, yeah, of course the Steelers let him go, and then he becomes the best freaking guard in the league. That's sarcastic, but you know. Robert Hunt, he goes to Carolina. Also Damian Lewis. They're about to have a really good O-line for Bryce Young. I mean, they got Ekwonu, Lewis, whoever they have at center, maybe Corbett or something. Then they get Hunt and Taylor Moton. Like, that's a really good line. Really good line. Graham Glasgow re-signed to Detroit. That's a good one. And that's a good value. 3 years, $20 million is a very good value. The dog got to shut up. Let's see. Ezra Cleveland. That's a solid deal. Interior D-line. Oh, we got a lot of names here. A lot of names. A lot. So here we are. The whole screen. Chris Jones back there. Kansas. Yeah, okay. We're not going. Raiders getting Wilkins. That's a really good pickup. That's a really, really good pickup. That's going to be... How's the Steelers like looking? Line. We'll talk about that in just a second. Let me get through this position real quick, and I'll hit that. Christian Wilkins. I mean, that's good. That's really good. They got Max Crosby. Tyree Wilson maybe can develop now. You know, you got two guys to worry about on the defensive line, not mentioning Tyree Wilson. That's going to be something. Leonard Williams. Whatever. Who cares? He's a little old for that deal, I think, but Bears looking to trade Fields to the Giants. At this point, they're getting like a 5th rounder for him, and that's probably too much still. Let's see. Kinlaw of the Jets is low-key a really good pickup. I like that a lot, especially if they're trying to win like right now. Justin Jones and Bilal Nichols, both to the Cardinals. That's that's just like such a Cardinals move. What are they doing? They have all this money, and they're paying these mediocre players to come in and just do mediocre jobs. Like, go get somebody. I understand you got to have somebody that wants to come there, but like DJ Reader, he's available. Tier Tart, Sheldon Rankins. I'd rather have both of them. Poona Ford, potentially. Like, come on. Greg Gaines, whatever. Steelers line. So, I think you probably move Broderick over. More than likely. You've got Broderick Jones on the left or right. You've got Dan Moore on the left if you keep him there. Maybe get a tackle elsewhere. Like, let's see. Like, who could you go get? I mean, I'm not wanting us to get a Tyron Smith if he's expensive, but if he takes like a really cheap deal, cool. I wouldn't mind either of these guys right here, Mekhi Becton or Jonah Williams. Wouldn't mind Donovan Smith, but like those are at like team-friendly deals. Let's see. We don't have any. No, I don't think we picked up anybody. Release. That's hilarious. That's everything we've gotten so far. Doesn't list Patrick Queen yet. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, you get those two. The guards are really good. Seumalo and Daniels are both really good. The center position is a whole. You could go get Connor Williams. You could go get Jackson Powers Johnson, Zach Frazier from the draft. I'm okay with any of those options. I don't know if a center is valuable in round 1. That's not what I like. It's not what I like at all. I'm not a fan of centers that high unless they're really, really good. And maybe Powers Johnson kind of is, but like I'm not convinced yet. And I think he'll have a chance to slide into the second round, not because, let me make this clear, not because he's a second round player. Maybe he is a first. But you could argue that, enough guys could trend up that he goes down because the center position is just not that valuable. I feel like the Steelers can solidify the line a little and draft a good wide receiver that have an extremely complete roster if Russ plays well. That's super true. Like, that's what I was saying the other day. Like, if Russ plays well, this team is as competitive as they can be without having a Mahomes or an Allen, or a Burrow, whatever. Like, I mean, that'd be good. Pitt's a fifth-year option. I don't know. Maybe. You hamper the expectations a little. It's kind of a balance there. Edge defender. This is a big one. A big one. Josh Allen, he goes back. Brian Burns, he goes back to the Panthers, then traded the Giants. That is a big deal. They get him and Thibodeau now. It's a good one. And I like how Thibodeau's your mauling guy. You got a big old, aggressive guy. And then you have Brian Burns, a smaller, more, athletic speed guy. Hunter to the Texans today was a huge deal. I mean, that's a major one for the Texans, getting this thing going while they have C.J. Stroud on a rookie deal. Massive deal there. I like that a lot. Bryce Huff to the Eagles, that could be really good. I mean, if they keep Hassan Reddick or if they don't, they got Nolan Smith. That's a solid enough player with how good their interior D-line is. That's good. That's fine. Chase Young, still on the market. Interesting there. We kind of talked about Grenard already. It's a good deal, but you also, in doing this, lose Danielle Hunter. Should have done that first. Too late, but whatever. Smith back to Cleveland. Cool, I guess. Uche back to New England. I mean, this right here makes that incredibly good, but other than that, Calais Campbell's going to retire. Yeah, I would think so. Absolutely. Leonard Floyd to the Niners, is a really good deal. That's a really good deal. I mean, you lose Chase Young, but you get this guy, probably just as good of a player, but you're not going to pay him probably Chase Young is going to get paid. That's fine. Andrew Van Ginkel, Vikings. I mean, that's fine. He's an edge. He's an off ball. He can do a lot of things over there. He's a bit athletic. He can do quite a few things though. I like that. The Vikings just need defensive talent, and they get that with Grenard and him. I mean, that's fair enough. Texans get Danico Autry as well. That's good. They need that defensive line to get bolstered up for sure. Dorrance Armstrong, Cowboy, follows Dan Quinn. Cool. They paid him probably a little much, but whatever. Brandon Graham, back to Philly. Sure. 2 years, $12 million for Epinesa is cold. That's nice. That is a good deal. Lewis to the Colts. That's a pretty good deal as well. Davenport goes to the Lions. I did not see that one at all today. That's a good one. His upside is really solid with Aiden Hutchinson there as well. That could be a really good deal. I like that one a lot. Yeturgos Matos. I thought he went back to Carolina. Him as a third guy is sick. That is a good deal. I mean, that's a bit of a steep price, $9 million a year for a guy at his level, but it's not bad. T. Higgins wants to play for the Ravens. Where'd you see that at? I didn't see that one. Linebacker. Here's what you were asking about, Dylan. Yeah, he didn't go to the Lions. I don't know. I didn't see that either until just now. At his peak, that could be really good, or it's just going to be just irrelevant. That's pretty much the difference there. I actually do not like this deal at all. I don't like it at all. Not a little bit. I don't like Patrick Queen to the Steelers at all. And it's not because of Patrick Queen to the Steelers. It's not because he's a Raven. It's because of that right there. I don't like that at all. Not a fan. Yeah, $41 million. What's that? Like 14 a year. He's had one season in his career where he's been good, and he was an All-Pro when he had Roquan Smith next to him, making his job a lot easier. Not to mention the year Jadeveon Clowney had, the year Odafe Oweh had, the year Kyle Hamilton, Justin Madubuike, Michael Pierce. There's all those guys that defenses are worried about way before they think about Patrick Queen. He was a bust before this year because of just how bad he was. And he wasn't bad, but he just wasn't good. That's why they didn't re-sign him, because he spent years not being good until he had the second, debatably Maybe first, but probably second best middle linebacker next to him, making his job a lot easier. I don't think this deal is very good. You paid him way too much at a position that's just not that valuable. He's a solid player at best, but also it would not shock me one bit if next year we turn around and this guy is just like one of the worst deals of the season because they paid him to be bad because he's not behind Roquan Smith anymore. Just wouldn't shock me. Not at all. I mean, it could be good, but it also could be really bad. There is a lot between here. Frankie Louvu to the Commanders. That's actually not a bad deal. He was really solid. You know, this is a little bit of steep as well. Maybe this market's just going back up. But this deal, this makes, these two make this look like a steal. He's only 24, but it doesn't really matter to me. I just don't think it matters. Let me see. Hold on. He spent, you know, Justin Madubuike, he had a breakout year this year. That was like Justin Madubuike had a breakout year, but he has been like progressively getting better. Patrick Queen was just bad and then all of a sudden was good. That's just not really a good sign in my opinion. His guaranteed at signing and total guaranteed is only about $14 million, but like, I just don't really care. Like, I guess if he's bad, we'll get to kickers in just a second. Just hold off for me. Yeah, give me a second. I'll jump there in a minute. We're going down through position by position. Yeah. Like, I mean, let me see. His cash average is just not good here. His dead cap, I mean, it goes down to at least $3 million. I guess that's fine. I don't know. I just, knee-jerk reaction is not good. Low-key, not going to lie, the total guarantee does make it a lot better. Sorry, I've been at work all day, so I didn't really get to see all the contract details, plus they weren't posted earlier when I tried to look. So, it's turning my mind a little bit. Only $3 million dead cap isn't that bad. If you have to cut him. Yeah. Spotrac, Spot Rack, whatever it's called. Where did I come up with my YouTube channel name? Right after I finish linebackers, I'll say that. I guess so. You know, my mind is changing on it. I will say. The guarantees sway my thoughts a bit. However, this deal still dwarfs it. Because Jordan Brooks has been a better player through his career so far. And he got less money. A lot less money. And he hasn't had the support around him like Patrick Queen has. Just saying. Jerome Baker would have been cheaper too. He's a little older though. Whatever. This is a crazy overpay, though. Like, he had a good single year, but it wasn't even like the level Patrick Queen did. His guarantees must be tiny. Let's see. I don't even know how to spell this. We're going to see if this works. Dude, his guaranteed at signing is $21.5. That's so bad. That is so bad. That is so bad. I mean, that's $7 a year compared to... Okay, now I'm thinking a lot differently. $7 a year for Azeez Al-Shaair, on just guarantees versus what? $4.5 a year for Patrick Queen on guarantees? That's the big difference. I'll give you that much. Blake Cashman to Minnesota. That's a solid deal. He's a really underrated player. Drew Tranquill. Kansas City Chiefs, 3 years, $19 million. It's fine, yeah. Jordan Hicks, that's fine, whatever. Willie Gay, I didn't see this at all. Whoa, did y'all see this one? The Saints getting Willie Gay? Him and Demario Davis is going to be a sick deal. Yeah, no, dude. Patrick Queen was literally like, he was considered a bust prior to this season, basically. Like, he just wasn't good. Roquan Smith got there. You know, all those other guys broke out. Kyle Hamilton, Madubuike. And he just was different. He was in the same tier like Devin Bush was prior to like getting Roquan Smith. Sione Takitaki gets a deal. That's actually a really decent deal. Only $3 million a year, and the guarantees are probably lower than that. Whatever, that's pretty good. Isaiah Simmons still sitting out there on the market. Go get him, Pittsburgh. Safety, linebacker combo, that would be awesome. So channel name. Channel name, where did I come up with my YouTube channel name? Des Edits asks. So, actually, it's my, this is, some high quality info right here. It's my gamer tag. And that's what it's been for years because it has, the capital letters are specifically SRD. That has something to do with my initials. I don't, I'm trying to not be like all out public and everything like that. Not that I'm like worried about anything, but just, I like my life to be my life and, not everybody else's life. So, it's my initials made into a word, Shredder, basically is what it is. Because SRD, what else can you do in that order that makes a word? And Shredder was a gamer tag kind of thing and the only thing I could think of. But yeah. Does that make sense? And when I made my YouTube channel, I guess, it kind of just, I needed to put a name on it and I didn't know what to put, so I just used my gamer tag. Pretty much all it was. Cornerback, guys, this is going to be a big one. This is a big one. Jalen Johnson, hate to see him re-sign in Chicago, to be honest, but whatever. This one is still not, I think it's like 33 million or 26, something like that, in that range, ballpark. This one is disappointing. I kind of wanted the Steelers to get him, but whatever. I did not see this until I got on today of Keyshawn Nixon going back to Green Bay. This is Murphy Bunting to Arizona at 25 is a really good deal. I want to know what his guarantees are. Oh, didn't like that. Mahomes restructure, what'd he do? Alright, are you going to do this? Why won't you take anything? Nothing. Dude, the cap, it's real, but it's not. It is not. I guess we'll go this route. It didn't like any of that. We'll go to... They'll probably still have to get rid of him or something. He'll probably want to go somewhere else. They probably won't want to pay him like he wants or something. I don't know. We'll see. Sean Bunting. It's because it says under Sean Bunting. Are you serious? Guaranteed at signed 3 years. 14. What are we looking at? Like 4 or 5, something like that. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Emmanuel Mosley after his injury. That's not. I didn't mean to click that. After his injury, that is a minimum super sick deal. I mean, he didn't even play last year. That's a good deal. Darby to the Jaguars. I didn't see that one. That's fine. They needed some veteran depth. Okudah to the Texans is a nice pickup, especially at that price tag. We've already talked about Dante Jackson, but if anybody missed that, I mean, it was a position of need, and that's a big one. He can be a really good CB2 with Joey Porter Jr., Minkah Fitzpatrick. All that is really nice. On the board still, Nelson and Gilmore. Kendall Fuller still here. Adoree Jackson. Dane Jackson. Fulton. Ooh, he'd be a good nickelback. Yeah, that's really all. Safety. A pretty solid list here. Antoine Winfield goes back on a franchise. I mean, that's fine. Whatever. Kyle Duggar franchise. Cool. Cameron Curl. I don't know. I really thought he'd be a Packer. He seems like that Packer, like player, but maybe that new DC doesn't like that kind of player, like the Adrian Amos guy. He's going to get some decent money, I think. Dude, I straight up called this one. CJ Gardner-Johnson back to Philly. Put that in my defensive predictions video. You can check it out on the channel. Broncos traded Judy. Yeah, and that one, whenever I heard we were looking at trading Deontay and that happened, I was not happy because I thought, we wouldn't get anything. I actually think we got a really, comparatively, we got a good haul. Now, I still don't love the Deontay trade package, but at the same time, it's not too bad. It is what it is. I wonder, how long is Dante Jackson on contract for, though? That's going to be a big one. And how much money are we going to be on the held for? They already switched it over. Let's see. Oh, this is last year of his deal. So is Deontay. His cap it is $10 million, but he's still I think he's saving us like $8 million on that. I think we got we net like $8 million. Let's check out Deontay and make sure. Jackson. I put Jackson. Oh, actually, it's pretty much the same cap hit. I thought we were... Did we front load his? We kind of... Wow, we kind of did. His cap hit last year was bigger than this year's. Interesting. Interesting. I'm kind of confused on that note now. Not going to lie. Geno Stone to Cincinnati is a really good pickup. McKinney to the Packers, really good pickup. That's a steep price, I will say. McKinney's like, he's been good, but he hasn't been great. And now you're paying him what? Almost $20 million a year? That's a lot. That's a lot. I like the player, but don't love the contract. What's, like, let's be real. Minkah Fitzpatrick is probably the best safety in the league. And what does he make per year? Yeah, he's right about the same number. I mean, you know, you're paying him essentially more than Minkah. Yeesh. I don't know about that. 473. Where are we at? 460. Yeah, like that. He ain't that level. He just ain't there. Like, it's okay, but he has been on the Giants. He has been on the Giants. But at the same time, minus 10 to all attributes. That's rough. That's a good one, though. I like that. I mean, that's fair, but at the same time, like, a great player is a great player, and, you know, he's a very good player, not a great player. I just don't think he's making the same money as Minkah Fitzpatrick, and I don't think there's that comparison there right now. The best safeties in the league are, like, Minkah, Derwin James. I'm missing somebody right now. Byard's a bum now. Jackson's a bum. All the guys who are good are now bad. I don't know about that. I'm sorry. I don't know if Jesse Bates is better than him. He had a good season, but he hasn't been consistent enough. Like, 1 year, I'll give it to you. Like, maybe he was better than him this year. But overall, I think I'd take Fitzpatrick. He's had a more successful career overall. Like, personally, at least. It's close, though. Jesse Bates is up there in that top 3, for sure. I'd say Minkah, Derwin James, and Jesse Bates. No order there. Just listing them. Louis Gilman of the Chargers at this number is really nice. That's really nice. Savage of the Jaguars, I don't know what the number is. Yeah, that's nice. Jeremy Chin to the Commanders. Dude, what happened to Jeremy Chin? He was so good like a year ago. Or 2 years ago, whatever. And then Ejiro Evero comes in and like he is irrelevant. Like, how do you make a playmaker become nothing? That's one play. 92-yard pick six, one play. Minkah's done the same thing. Come on now. Let's be realistic here. Brandon Jones, whatever, fine deal. This is a Madden deal right here. This is a Madden deal. You get a really decent player, not great, but really decent, for, like, you know, not much. That's nice. Kevin Byard, he's a bum now. Poyer to the Dolphins is a really good pickup as long as he stays healthy. So guys here that makes sense. John Johnson, Terrell Edmonds, those are both big names. Fuller's a good one. Whitehead's a good one. Cam Curl, obviously. Mike Edwards. Micah Hyde. You said something earlier about Justin Simmons to the Steelers. Is that like a rumor? I've kind of like lightly seen that, but I haven't at the same time. Dylan, you mentioned that. Oh, wow. They don't even have the kickers listed. I was going to do kickers, but they are not listed here. Sorry. Let's see. That's funny. Dylan, that's funny. Is he top 3 or does he just randomly hit somebody real hard and then get injured the rest of the year? Yeah. You know, it looks like that. Yeah, I think, yeah. But at the same time, when he's healthy, he is an absolute game changer. Minkah is tampering, trying to get him. Oh, you're talking about Justin Simmons? I haven't seen it. Yeah, interesting. I don't really have socials, so. That's funny, though. Bills getting Edwards is interesting. Simmons wants to go here. I'd welcome it if he's not going to take a lot of money. Like, the only thing is, I don't really think we need his kind of player because he's really just like another Minkah. Now, granted, having two of them play really back deep would be sick, but we could use more of like the Cam Curl, the Terrell Edmonds, like that style of player, the guy who can drop in the box and do things like that. Bozeman was released. Okay, I saw that. I didn't see that, I mean. Let's see what else happened. I didn't see Tracy Walker got released. Interesting. Yeah, anything else you guys got? I mean, that's pretty much all the news so far. I don't know if anything else has happened. Anything else coming up? He is 30, and he didn't have the best year. That's fair. Resign Amir Smith-Marset. Let's go. Yeah, Giants trade for Brian Burns. I did kind of hit that a little earlier. I didn't hit it too long. I like Kayvon Thibodeau's their big physical threat, and he's like a littler athletic speed guy. Like, that's a really nice combo there. Really nice 1-2. So I like it. Overall, I mean, they don't have a lot of talent on that roster as a whole, so that's fine. Chase Edmonds, 1-year deal. Okay. Chris Manners going, whatever. Here's that restructure you're talking about. Creating $22 million. Wow, that's insane. Willie Gay goes to New Orleans. That's going to be a really nice one for him and Demario Davis. I did kind of hit that a little bit, but that is really nice. That is really nice. Poyer to the Dolphins, that's a good one. Danielle Hunter, that's a big one. Big one. Eric Armstead, Fuller, Smith, and Ridley are all still available. All still available. Raekwon Davis to the Dolphins. Or, to the Colts, Dan Skipper's a Lion. That just feels right. Legally, he has to be a Lion for the rest of his career. That looks like it's about it for the day. Josie Jewell went to the Panthers. That's a really good deal. I don't know how much is guaranteed, but that overall, he's a good player. They need a good player. They lost Frankie Louvu. He's a good replacement. Not as good, but still solid. And that looks like about it for the day. Lots happened. I'll be doing another live Friday. Hope y'all can tune in then. Plan for it. It'll be, I think, like 7 o'clock on Friday. That's, the goal. I'll probably do that probably every Friday. We'll have a lot more news then, I'm sure. So we'll kind of backtrack some of this stuff and also just, talk about whatever's new from here to then. Try to make a video soon. Won't be tomorrow. Schedule is crazy right now with this new job, but I'll figure it out. I'll get y'all a video as soon as I can. But yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. Help me get to 1,000 subs and somebody's getting a jersey, free jersey giveaway. It will be a standard jersey. Don't forget that. Like, not, some crazy, RB free agency was crazy. Not some like random like Mitchell and Ness 3 times the price. Stitched. It'll be a standard jersey, a normal, like what you'd buy on, the normal day of the year. Yeah. I mean, we just had so many running back free agent options. We just don't get that. Jacobs and Saquon and Aaron Jones and Swift, and I'm missing somebody. I know I am. Derrick Henry and whoever else, Joe Mixon, kind of. Like, I'm not a Joe Mixon fan, but whatever. You get the point. Either way. Thank y'all for watching.